Hello, good morning, everyone. I trust that you're all good. So, as usual, before I start, I'd like someone to confirm if my audio is okay. Someone to confirm if the audio is okay so that we can pick it from there.
Hello, Zippy.
Hello, Leonard.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So actually, Leonard, so there are two links that have been shared for qualitative. So there's a link for those who have done ODK, or rather Kobo and Vivo, and they're yet to do the report writing. So if you've done ODK or Kobo, and you've also covered the NVivo, then you're supposed to be in the other class. So I think Leonard,
Yes, I can hear you.
I think you're supposed to be in the other class.
Okay, let me now find it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So this one is for those who have not covered Kobo. So this is for the guys that have not covered Kobo. So if you've done NVivo and you've not touched on Kobo, then you're supposed to be in this class. If you've done none, again, you're supposed to be in this class. Okay, thank you. So I think we'll just pick, okay, Makedi, I'm saying this class, these are qualitative class first. And also there are two links that have been shared in the group. So one is for those guys who have done both ODK or Kobo and NVivo, and they're yet to do the report writing. So if you've handled both Kobo and NVivo, then you're supposed to be in the other class. That means you only have the report writing part remaining. But if you've not covered Kobo, then you're supposed to be in this class, whether you've covered NVivo or not. I think that's clear. So I think in our last class, we managed to cover a few things. And there's an assignment that I gave. There's a part that we were coding the questionnaire, and I told you to go and finish up that part. I hope you've done that because I'll just be proceeding from that. So Catherine, I think we covered a few things. I overheard your question, but maybe with the remaining parts, if you can grasp whatever that you are to learn in this class, then you can manage to get what we had covered in our previous class. Because what we'll be doing today is simply we'll be proceeding with the coding of the questionnaire. So basically proceeding with the coding of the questionnaire. So we're proceeding with the questionnaire that we were using in our previous class. That is the RBA questionnaire. So kindly open that questionnaire so that we can proceed. You're asking about the recording of the previous class. Unfortunately, we didn't have a recording of that class, but we'll be having a recording of this class. Sawa. So this is what you should be having on your end. And I think the assignment was, we covered this study location. We got that question. I told you to finish up to Nairobi. So I'll be starting with on section 1. That is the screening questions. Just a minute. So as usual, just open your Kobo server. Make sure that you're on your Kobo server. So for you to proceed with the coding of the questionnaire, I say this is the interface that it will always take you once you open the server. And then get your questionnaire. And in my case, this is the questionnaire. This is the title that I've given my questionnaire. So you just come to this edit part. Looks like a pen. Go to this icon, click on it to give you an option to proceed with the coding. So we had coded these introductory parts. Then we went to the consent part. And then the respondent details. Then we went right ahead to coding the location. So I said the skip logics are the most important parts to understand really when it comes to coding of questionnaire in a server, or rather in electronic platforms. This is what actually differentiates from someone who is good at coding and just a general person. And we said, for example, you might find that there's someone who coded this question, the study location, as without the skip logics. And we said, if you code this question without the skip logic, let's look at the questionnaire. On the study location, we have the provinces. So we have from Coast all the way to Nairobi. Those are the specific provinces that we have. And then on the county, again, we have various counties, specific counties for a specific province. That means if you just coded this questionnaire without any skip logic, for example, on the province, you code all the provinces, listing all of them, and of course, would have coded it as a select one kind of question because you can only belong to one province at a time. And then on the county, you code the specific counties for a specific province without any skip logic. That means the guy who will be in the field, that is said, you have to put yourself in the shoes of that person who is in the field, rather the enumerator. And also you have to fit in those shoes of the respondents. So if you coded the counties without the skip logic, that means the guy in the field, as he'll be scrolling down for other questions, attends Tanzania Coast Province. Okay. Then once that person selects Coast Province and then scrolls to the next question, at all the counties. Okay. So that means he'll see Coast Province counties. He'll see Eastern province, counties. So that will be kind of hectic for that person. Rather, instead of having it without a skip logic, there is the importance of you having a skip logic, whereby if someone selects coast, then the counties that should be seen are only for coast. Because of course, if you are from coast province, then that means you must be from one of the coast counties. If you select that you're from central, then the next thing that you should be seeing is only the central counties, and then just go to the next question. So we'll understand more about the skip logics as we proceed. So let's go to the screening questions. That is section 1. And the first question is, please let me know whether you're employed, business owner, or informally self-employed. What type of a question is that? What type of question? What type of question is that? Let me know whether you're employed, business owner, or informally self-employed. While coding that question, how did you code it? Catherine, I'm going to be on your case today, because I want you to get the drill. With that type of question, what type of question is that?
Sorry, my mind is blank.
Sorry?
I'm saying my mind is still blank. I'm still getting back to class.
Okay, okay. Mercy, are you employed, self-employed, or a business owner, or informally self-employed? What type of question is that? So if you look at this question, someone has the liberty to be in more than one option. You might be employed formally. You might also be having your own business. And also, you might have been an informal employment. Yeah. So while coding this question, like I say, you have to be in the shoes of the guy who is the respondent. Respondent akiulizwa hii swali, how likely is he supposed to answer? What kind of answers are you expecting? You expect that if you're in the field, you're going to meet a lot of guys, and you might meet some who are actually employed. Some of them are both business owners, and they're still in formal employment and all that. So you're going to accommodate all those guys. You're going to code this question as a multiple select or a select many. Because if you code it as a select one, then you're going to lock that person who is in more than one options. For example, that guy who is maybe employed and informally self-employed, a business owner and also employed. So we call these as a select many kind of question. So what you do, you'll just come here. So we say before you create a group, you start first with the first question in that group. So this group is called screening question. So basically this questionnaire has been grouped into various groups. So you start first with your first question in that group, and this is our first question in this group. So I'll come here, copy just the question. I'll take it there, and then I'll come to my server. And since we are coding this question, and it's separate from this location, study location, then we are going to use which plus sign? The outer one. So I'll come here, use this outer one, and click on it. Then I'll paste my question in there. And then on the add question, we are going to specify this question as select many. And then we have the options here. So the first option is employed in formal sector. I'll copy that. Then I'll take it as option. Then I'll come here, delete this option 2. Get my next option, which is employed in informal sector. Copy it here. Then the last one, I'll click on the add other response. Then I have my last option. I'll paste it there. And also I said you don't give values like maybe you used to in SPSS. This is because these values are given automatically. Like for the first option, it's been given a value of 1 automatically. The second one has been given a value of 2, and the third one has been given a value of 3. So let's proceed. The next question is how many employees are at the place of work or owned business? Again, with this question, it's a select one because you can only belong to one group. So the next one, you're going to call it as a select one. You can only belong to one group. I'll copy that question. And then, before I go to creating more questions, so first let's create a group, okay? Let's first create a group because we have our first question in that group. So I said for you to create a group, first ensure we have various, our cursor takes various shapes. So ensure that this is the shape of your cursor. Just a minute, let me scroll up. If I take it somewhere up here, it sort of turns to some kind of plus sign with arrows. So ensure that your cursor is there. So if you click on it, ensure that it's been outlined. That is, it's been outlined in blue. And then you'll come here, up here. We have an option of creating a group. So once I click on that icon, I have my group created. And then on this group, you'll come here and then delete that word group and add the title of that group, which in this case of ours, our group is called Section 1, which deals with screening questions. Copy that and take it here. So at least my group now has a name. So when we'll be adding more questions that are in this group, so if you create a group, then automatically there are these 2 plus signs down here. So I said for this innermost plus sign, it's if you want to add a question that relates to this group, or rather that is in this group. If you want to add a new group or a question that is separate from your group, then you use the outermost. So in this case, if you look at our questionnaire, this is the first question in this group, and then the next question in our group is how many employees are at the place of work or own business. So again, this is in the group called screening questions. So I'll come here, copy, and I'm going to use this innermost plus sign. So actually, if you click on it, the group expands to accommodate the question that you've just added. Maybe if you can look at the screen, and then I'll come here, I'll paste that question. Have it as select one. Like I said, you can only belong to one particular group, which in this case, the first option is either your employees are ranging from 1 to 9 employees, I will copy. Here's my first option. And I'll come to my second option. I will copy it. Then the last one is more than 100 employees. This is my last option. Yes, Catherine, you're asking if you can add a group above the group one has already. Yes, you can always add a group above or below. Just a minute, let me show you. So if you come here and you want to add a group, say up here, so what you do, you come to the group that you've already created. And then up here, there's this plus sign. So if you want to add something that is not in this group, but it's supposed to come before this group, then you use this plus sign. Then it creates a cell above that group. And then our last question, that is in that group, we have, what is your profession? What is your profession? Then you've been told in brackets, write in verbatim. What type of question is that? It's a text because you expect that that respondent of yours is going to tell you. So you're supposed to type whatever that he or she is telling you his or her profession is. So I'll take this one, copy, and I'll again click on the innermost plus sign because it's in that group and add my last question. Put it in there as text. So there's this option. So if you have an open-ended kind of question, you have it as a text. Then after specifying, so we are done with this group. But remember, we have not added any skip logic. Just a minute. Bridget. Hello, Bridget. Bridget, are you there? So just a clarification for Bridget, who has just joined the class, you're supposed to be in the other class. You're supposed to be learning report writing. So kindly join the other class so that you don't miss on what you guys are supposed to learn.
Hello,
So this
Zippy.
goes to Bridget. Yes, Leonard.
Yes, I'm still following, meanwhile. And
okay. Oh, the
I'm
link has
still
not been
following.
shared yet?
Yes, the class is starting at 10.
Okay. I
Yes.
thought
So
the class is running.
no. Actually, I had some issues with Kobo,
Okay.
especially in the logic, the skip logics.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sawa.
so I hope I'll catch up.
Okay. So let's proceed.